Well, Merry Christmas to you. Again, we wanted to bring you a video about things that are simply going well, but at the same time, to never take a break. We have two massive wins by the Trump administration, something that the White House just came out and promoted just today. We're going to discuss it because it's an epic win for liberty and for freedom. We're going to discuss what we're talking about and how the benefit it is for you and your family to decide what's best for you and your family. Also, we're going to talk about another win that the administration just got. The jobs numbers, the economy numbers, meaning the economic benefits of what we saw for 2025 compared to 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 25 surpassed it. It's the highest in 25 years when it comes to percentage of the GDP looking great and the economy moving in the right direction. Wait till you hear those numbers. Those are very good because hopefully not only are you going to see your gas prices go down, you're going to see more other benefits. Now, lastly, we're going to talk about the importance of Christmas and how we can never take our eye off of serving Christ and how it is important for us to understand conservatism and freedom needs to be at the forefront each and every day. Why? Because even today, there's a sign that just came up in New York City that pretty much tries to condemn Jesus and what Christmas is all about. There's also a rally going on in Dearborn today about hatred towards Christmas, Christianity, and Jews. We're going to discuss that because while we've been distracted with good things and while we have great time with our families, there's evil always in the world. We're going to discuss all of this today. Let's dive into this short video. This video starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Thank you so very much for being here today. We're going to do a short video today because I want you to spend time with your family. I've enjoyed time with my family today, and we hope that you have a great day. Of course, enjoying food, enjoying presents, but most of all, enjoying the reason we celebrate Christmas, which of course is Jesus. So thank you again for being here. Now let's jump into the stories of the day. First, let's talk about the massive wins that the Trump administration just got. Not only did he come out with a great Christmas message, again, encouraging people to serve our Lord. That is phenomenal. I love to hear our leaders say that. I'd love to see our leaders actually walk it, not just talk it. But I thought that was a very good message. He didn't try to beat around the bush. He literally praised God, and that is a great thing. Now, let's go to the two big announcements that came out today. First, let's talk about the announcement that came out from the White House, and it was really a benefit for HHS, for RFK, but also for Macari and the Trump administration. Listen, this is huge. Donald Trump's HHS is preparing a new childhood schedule that is announcing for the beginning of next year. America's schedule will look different, and it will look more like Denmark. This schedule, because here we are in America, we give 72 to children. Do you realize that? 72 live things going in our children for no reason. No proof. There's no testing. There was like 3 tests done on seeing that we should have that. While Denmark and other countries in Europe is only doing 11. So we're going to that same schedule. Now, if you and your doctor decide to maneuver on to the other things, that gives you the prerogative to say this is what we want to do. The reason this is a good thing is this is a parental decision and allows for parents to have the freedom and liberty to make the decisions based on what they want and not someone pushing that on them. A huge win for freedom when we came to this because it says this. Like, for instance, when we declined some of that with Livy 5 years ago, coming out of 2020, you know how crazy that was. People thought we were nuts. But now all we're doing is we're proving the fact that our children are better off with not having some of this stuff in us. Innovation's great. Medicines are good. There's nothing wrong with innovations and learning. God gives us wisdom. But some of it may be way more about control and divisiveness and really make us more sick. So I'm thankful that we're able to get these numbers down from 72 to 11. Here's what I want to do is have proven track records on the 11. Make sure they are proven to help our children. If they're not, let's get away from them too. But this is what I like. It allows the parents to decide for themselves what's best for their children. It is their children. The children are not owned by the government. So I love to see this happening. This is a massive win by the Trump administration. I want to bring up one more point that's just an epic win. And I know we're not seeing the major swings on Main Street as much as you're seeing on Wall Street. The markets have done really well. Bitcoin hasn't, but gold, silver, and the markets have done really well. Now, here's the thing. Gas prices has went down tremendously. They said that egg prices and, of course, the supermarkets have went down a little bit. Now we need to see insurance and taxation go down. Now that's two things that Trump is promising this next year: insurance and taxation. If those two things come down, along with the tax on tips being away, the tax on Social Security being gone, and the fact that our GDP numbers and our economy is doing as strong as it has been doing. This is from Peter St. Onge. It says, GDP is on fire, hitting 4.3% growth. Now, the administration had like a 2%, and they were hoping for a 3%. If you remember Scott Bessent talking about the 3-3-3 plan, he was hoping to get a 3% GDP growth. We're not only surpassing the 3%, which is like a percent more than what Biden had, we're actually at 1.3 above that. So we're at 4.3% growth. This is one of the highest in over 25 years. Consumers are spending, businesses are investing, exports are soaring, and imports are plunging, meaning our tariffs are actually working. Now, the mainstream media will tell you that it's not, but actually we're making more money than we ever have before. The numbers show it, and the fact that our economy is growing at exponential rates is a good thing. Now, the only part of this whole scenario that needs to get better is the balancing of the budget and quit spending money. Now, this is where you need to put pressure on the Republicans. They have got to quit spending money. See, here's what Republicans are doing. They are doing better than the Democrats. Democrats are spending like crazy. Republicans are spending less. I don't want you to just spend less. I want you to not spend the money that we don't have. So that is a very big part of this 3-3-3 plan. We surpassed the numbers with inflation being lower, GDP being higher than the 3%. Both of those things are benefiting just what Trump and Scott Bessent wanted. The last part of that is get spending down. If spending comes down and our GDP stays at this, we're going to actually start seeing our nation really do well. But it's going to take Congress actually growing a backbone. It says this is what was pushed as the Trump crash, but ultimately the media was completely wrong. We're seeing the year of Trump be huge. And it says not only are you feeling it on Wall Street, you're starting to feel it on Main Street too, which is going to impact us for the coming year. Now, this is what I want. I don't want just halves. I don't want just a little good. I want to see us really thrive. So I'm hoping that 2026 we really start seeing Main Street economics get better. That's what Scott Bessent said. Now again, Scott Bessent has some crazy beliefs in his value system, but one thing he did say, he said, I'm tired of government working so hard for Wall Street and not enough for Main Street. Now remember, the people in the Trump administration all are filthy rich. They didn't get rich off of government. They got rich before they were in government, and most of them are not collecting a check or they're donating it away. Most people gave money away to be part of this administration for a bigger purpose. That's what now we need to see. Unlike Congress that usually are broke going into Congress and then getting filthy rich, this administration had money before they got in there, and actually most of them have lost money, and they had to sell a lot of stuff to get past that point. So this is what I'm saying. If we see a major turnaround, we're not going to lose the midterms. But if we see the influencers and the media fighting still, and the Trump administration can't get Congress on board, all these wins are going to end up just washing away, and we're going to forget it, and we're going to allow the Democrats to win and impeach the president. So Trump has got huge wins right here. We need to add to this, let it snowball, let it grow, and let's start getting some more epic wins. Huge, huge news. We need to talk about them more. Now, one thing I want to mention, this is where we have to be very, very conscientious of where we're at in our nation. Just today, there was a Muslim busted that was trained in Somalia and was planning to harm or kill Americans in a terror attack. It says prosecutors say that they plan to hijack a Delta Airlines plane and then crash into Atlanta's Bank of America building. A man will spend the rest of his life in federal prison because he was plotting to crash a plane in Atlanta's tallest skyscraper. It says this gentleman was part of the Al-Shabaab network, which is part of the Al-Qaeda network, and it says this was the goal before he was busted. That happened literally this week and came out today. It's not over. Listen to this. 2 more reports. Jesus is a Palestinian is what a billboard says in Times Square. They took the message about Christ and Christianity and tried to make it about immigration and make it about warfare against Israel. We're starting to see different times in our nation to where we're starting to see people destroy trees, destroy the Christmas celebrations, bust nativities, and ultimately change billboards to represent this false narrative of Jesus. It says the claims are flat out wrong and people are allowing it to be proclaimed. It was paid for by groups of woke ideology and Muslims in Dearborn. Listen to this. This group of individuals are Muslims, and they're praising Allah, and they're saying, please kill every Jew, Christian, and American alike. Muslim daily prayer from Jakarta to Dearborn. The fastest way to world peace is to get rid of the American way. Now, the reason I want to bring those up is not to depress you. It's to say, while we honor Christ and we are celebrating Christmas, while our goal is to keep having massive wins from the Trump administration, we cannot allow for infiltration to happen in our nation like we have allowed. We're seeing our biggest cities, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Dearborn, or Detroit. You're seeing Miami. You're seeing New York. You're seeing places in Texas. They are falling by the wayside in quote-unquote support of this Muslim peace. And actually what you're seeing is hate amongst this group against Christians, against Americans, and against Jews. Now take the Jewish out of it. Just say, okay, against Christians and the American way. They just called for the death of Christians and Americans. That should be enough to say these people should not try to assimilate with us. There's a guy I heard the other day, he said, before, over the last 200 years, we had immigrants come in. They'd come in 10,000, 30,000, 10,000, 5,000. He said we'd have thousands a year, and so they could assimilate in the country because they were not part of a bigger group. He said, but what we've done with the Democrats and what we've done with the establishment is they've allowed for all these people to come in rapid millions to then establish what they want in those areas to where they can control. There was a place, I think in Ohio or Indiana, in the Midwest, right in the middle part of America, and the mayor got up and claimed that their town was a Muslim town. This is happening right in front of our very eyes. So while we may be distracted, I don't want you to get distracted. I want you to enjoy Christmas. I want you to honor God. I want you to enjoy your family. But do not put your head in the sand and think that we are on the cusp of something great until we're willing to fight for America, fight for freedom, fight for liberty, and realize these people do not want to assimilate with us. They want to take us over. We are in a risky spot. Be careful. Here's another thing. Remember this. When things start going good, the people that don't want things to go good, the evil that's in the world, they're going to want things to go very bad very quickly. So be very wary of these things. Did you know about that terror attack that was caught this week that was going to happen in Atlanta? No, you probably didn't. It was foiled all because we're looking and we're paying attention now. People are waking up to the fact that this religion is a dangerous religion against America and against Christianity. Fight for what belongs to us. Our freedoms, our liberties, our faith. This is why I'm so happy with this massive win. The biggest win to me was the fact that they're taking this schedule that you're taking from your family and allowing parents to have that decision. And HHS, RFK, and Trump administration saying, we're going to allow the parents to be parents and not allow the government to overstep it. That is a win. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I know it was a shorter video, but I want you to remember two things. Love your family. Honor your family. Enjoy your family today. Eat a lot. Don't eat too much, but eat a lot. Open some gifts. But secondly, which is the most important, realize what Christmas is about in our lives. It's not about Santa. It's not about the gifts. It's all cute and enjoyable to think about jingle bells. But ultimately, it's the joy of the world is that Jesus was born, a Savior. If you don't hear anything today, hear this. My plea is not for you to prepare physically or emotionally or mentally. It's really to prepare spiritually. We're facing major battles, good versus evil. You're facing, like we just talked about, even when you're honoring Merry Christmas and the American way and the Christian way, there's people that are violently and vigilantly going against it. It's time for us to wake up and realize that and honor Christ. That's how our nation comes back. Revival. And that's how we make America great again. Guys, let me know your thoughts on today's video. Merry Christmas. God bless. Be free.